In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Caroma D1 electric scooter, which is Caroma's motorcycle style electric scooter that has retro mini bike throwback vibes. I'm going to be going over the assembly process, go in depth on the features and specs, do an acceleration test, a braking test, and a review on how it rides. So let's check it out. The D1 comes in a pretty standard scooter shipping box, but is pretty heavy, so make sure to be careful when moving, and if possible, have someone help you move it. After opening, the scooter was assembled about 85%. All you have to do is remove all the packing foam and zip ties, install the handlebars, front fender, front wheel, headlight, pegs, and the luggage basket. Include in the box with the necessary tools and instruction manual. The whole process only took me about 20 minutes or so, and it wasn't too difficult to put together. Just make sure to take your time, and you should have no problem putting it together yourself, regardless of your mechanical skill level. When I went through the scooter, all the bolts were tight, all the welds were nice, the brakes felt good, and it powered up no problem. One thing to note is that there's actually 3 different versions of the scooter. The D1, which is the 350 watt version with a 15 mile range I'm testing in this video. The D2, which is the 500 watt option with a 25 mile range, and the D3, which is the 750 watt version with a 30 mile range. So the D1 is powered by a 350 watt brushless rear hub motor with a top speed of 20 miles per hour and a 36 volt 5.4 amp hour lithium ion battery that's stored under the deck and has a claimed range up to 15 miles in a single charge. The D1 comes with mechanical disc brakes with 160mm rotors both in the front and the rear, with the left lever activating the front brake and the rear brake controlled by the right lever. The wheels are 16-inch metal wheels that come with pneumatic tires with a 3-inch width. And to help out with ride comfort, there's also a very comfortable and cushy seat. And for safety and increased visibility, there's a headlight and a tail light, which the rear tail light also serving as a brake light. And to turn on the scooter, all you have to do is turn the key located underneath the throttle, and the D1 uses a twist throttle. The D1 has an overall length of about 48.5 inches, a wheelbase about 36 inches, a handlebar height from the ground of 35.5 inches, a handlebar width of about 23.5 inches, the seat height from the ground is 27 inches, the seat measures 18 inches long, with it being 5 inches at its narrowest section and 6.75 inches on the widest section. The basket measures 18 inches by 8.5 inches, has a ground clearance of 6 inches, a load capacity of 265 pounds, and weighs in at 64 pounds. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is verifying the top speed of the D1. So there is no speedometer that comes on the bike. So I'm actually using a speedometer app. And right now we're tapped out and it says 19 miles per hour. So top speed is not 20, it's actually 19. Here we go, doing the acceleration test on the Caroma D1. To the top speed of when I tested it was actually 19 on my GPS app. So here we go. Ready? And go. 5, 10, 15, 'kay, we're tapped out. So the final results, the D1 went 0 to 5 miles per hour in 2.6 seconds, 0 to 10 in 7.3 seconds, 0 to 15 in 11.3 seconds, and to its top speed in 19.8 seconds. So the D1 has a very mellow acceleration. It's smooth, relaxing, calm, and has no drama. The D1 is the most user-friendly version of the D series scooter, and it accelerates like it. If you're more concerned about getting up to speed quickly, then the D2 or D3 might be up your alley. Okay, so Caroma claims that the D1 with a 350 watt motor can go up to a 10% gradient. This hill is about a 9% gradient, so we're gonna see how it does. So far, it's going up just fine. 11 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour. Okay, we're starting to struggle a little bit. 9, 8, 7. I mean, we are making it though. 6, okay. We did the hill climb. Like I said, it's about a 9% gradient or so. So I definitely think that 10% is possible. And I'm 175 pounds just for reference. Next, I want to test out the braking distance from two speeds. First was 8 miles per hour, which is the speed limit on the beach boardwalk here in San Diego, which the D1 did in a super impressive 5 feet. Last was from the top speed of 19 miles per hour, which the D1 did in 17 feet. Now I have to say, that I was extremely surprised with the braking power of the D1. These brakes are pretty powerful, and they do a great job to stop the scooter quickly and with minimal drama. And the last test, and probably the most important one, is the ride comfort test, where I took the D1 on an extended ride through the beautiful Lake Murray, which is located at the heart of San Diego. So for this ride, my daughter and I decided to ride around Lake Murray because it's a closed bike path with no cars or traffic to worry about, and it's just a relaxing place to spend your afternoon. My ride consisted of riding around the first half of the lake, and it was extremely beautiful. I was having a blast, but I was limited to how fast I was allowed to ride on the path. So after about 2.5 miles or so, I decided to take the D1 out to a nearby neighborhood so I could ride around at full speed. And this is truly where the D1 is in its element, just cruising around with the wind in your face without a worry in the world. So during this ride, I rode a little less than 7 miles, and I was seated for almost an hour, and I had used up an indicated half a battery. And I have to say, the D1 was extremely comfortable despite not having any suspension. I was able to get the experience of riding around a mini motorcycle without the hassle of having a gas motor. So far through my testing, the D1 has held up extremely well to daily use. The 350 watt brushless motor is almost silent, it is extremely smooth, and has ample acceleration. It is able to cruise at the top speed pretty easily and is comfortable, with the padded seat and fatter tires doing a really good job of minimizing small bumps and cracks in the road. And since it's labeled as a commuting scooter, other than comfort, one of the most important features to me is range. So Caroma claims that the D1 in this configuration has the ability to go to up to 15 miles in optimal conditions. Now I've ridden a lot of scooters in my lifetime, I've never had a scooter go the advertised range. This is probably due more to my weight, not riding perfectly level surfaces, and I never ride around really slowly. And so far in my testing, the D1 has averaged between 11 and 12 miles of range per charge, which did pleasantly surprise me. So I do feel that 15 might be possible if you're lighter than me and you're riding in optimal conditions. And while the D1 is very smooth and really cool looking, by far its greatest attribute is the fun factor. There's nothing like the feeling of riding a mini motorcycle with its ability to change directions on a dime and just overall cool looking aesthetic. And my favorite feature by far is the luggage carrier in the center of the scooter. I didn't realize how much I would actually use this feature, but I use it all the time. Everything from putting groceries in it, picking up lunch for my family, and even putting my mail in it when I go to the post office. The D1 has become my go-to vehicle when running errands around the town I live in. So overall, I'm extremely happy with the Caroma D1. It really surprised me how much fun it was to ride and just how convenient it is to use for daily use. For the price, it's really hard to beat. The only thing I wish is that it had a speedometer, but it's not really a big deal when you're having this much fun. So in conclusion, this is one of the most fun ways to cruise around town or your local campground. It turns heads everywhere, and most importantly, it'll keep you grinning ear to ear. It makes me wonder how much more fun it would be with a 500 watt or 750 watt motor. But if you have any questions or own a D1 yourself and want to share your experience, please leave them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great one.